Hello and welcome to the Daily Conspiracy Podcast. We don't take days off because reptilians don't take days off. How you doing, Ollie?
They definitely... It's nailed on now. It's factual information, Lee. They don't take days off. We were right all along. We predicted this a year ago when you came up with that catchy little catchphrase.
Yeah.
And
I'm a marketing genius.
it's done now. It's in the bag. They don't take days off. And let's face it, they could quite possibly be reptilians.
All bets are off, mate. All bets off, as far as I'm concerned.
They don't, because humans don't do, well, I mean, I know humans do heinous things, but fuck me, mate. We're going to plug some shit first before we get into this.
No, not yet. Let me just this is exactly where I stand on something. I sent a video we're going to play a little bit later on from Ben Swan. I sent to my friend, and he replied to me saying, "Fucking mental, isn't it?" And I replied saying, "Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's all real, mate. And the majority, and it's the majority of the people that choose how we live day to day." That's where I am with this whole thing right now. That's in a nutshell, off the fence.
I think there's going to be a few people in the pub or in a coffee shop or, at a family gathering that someone's going to just approach them and say, you know that thing that we had an argument with a year ago or 2 years ago? I'm really sorry. You were fucking right. Or not, because the dickheads and they'll just ignore you.
Probably dickheads. Anyway, if you don't think we're dickheads, you can go and subscribe to our Patreon, which is only $2.99. Go to Patreon, look for the Daily Conspiracy Podcast, and we're there. You can get $2.99. Give us $2.99 a month, and we'll give you our podcasts ad free. That's the deal. That is the transaction. So if you'd like to do that and the adverts upset you, then go and do that. If you just want to help us out and you don't want to spend any money, that's fine. There are ways and means to do that. Whatever platform you're listening to us on, if you're watching us on something, all you need to do is drop a like. If you're going to drop a like, you might as well drop a comment. And if you're going to drop a like and a comment, then you might as well repost it while you're doing it. We want whatever you can do. Yeah. If you listen to us on Spotify or Apple, like a review would not go amiss. And we read as many comments as possible. We read all of the Spotify comments all the time because they're easy to get to. Sometimes, like YouTube, it might take us a couple of days to notice a comment because it's not like our primary focus. Our primary focus is pretty much Spotify, to be fair. So we will read them all eventually, but like Spotify, you will be pretty much sore within the hour of you posting it.
Also, if you are listening to us on YouTube, download us on Spotify because that way you can listen to us while you're driving.
Yes, and everybody likes to listen to podcasts.
In your, you know what?
Yeah, thanks, Ollie. That's good. That was some good advertising speak.
Yep. I thought I was going to say, put it in your bum, but then I thought,
no, you just did. You just did.
Oh, I did, yeah. But given the content that we're going to be speaking about tonight, it doesn't seem appropriate to put anything anywhere.
Well, there's a good chance the beginning of the podcast started like that because you did it when I pressed record again, Ollie.
Oh, I did, didn't I? So so you're saying the beginning of this podcast could...
Yeah.
Amazing.
I don't think people appreciate me enough. No? Why have you muted your mic?
I muted it because I turned off the toy because it's making noises.
And we'll just leave it right there. No explanation. Don't go into that at all.
They don't need to know.
That's fine. That you've explained that as well as you need to, Ollie.
Exactly.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
What have you got for me?
So, Lee, right. I don't know if you've seen this, but you know our beloved leaver? Maybe he's going to be a leaver soon, hopefully. Our beloved leader, I'm just going to play it, in fact, Lee. I'm not even going to explain it. I'll let this prick explain it. So, I quite like this lady, Kenny Baden Hawk, or whatever she's called, from the Conservative Party. She seems all right.
Kimmy Badenoff.
Yeah. I mean, she's got a guy's name, but, you can't have everything.
What do you think her name is?
Kenny?
Kimmy.
Oh, is it Kimmy?
I believe
I'm
so.
sorry, Ken. Anyway, I'm going to play it and swallow my tea.
Did the official security vetting he received mention Mandelson's ongoing relationship with the paedophile Jeffrey Epstein?
So clear. Prime Minister.
Yes, it did. As a result, various questions were put to him. I intend to disclose to this House all of the national security, prejudice to international relations on one side. I want to make sure this House sees the full documentation, so it will see for itself the extent to which time and time again Mandelson completely misrepresented the extent of his relationship with Epstein and lied throughout the process, including in response to the due diligence.
So before that, it goes on. I only wanted to play that bit because she asks him about 3 times before that, Lee, if for anybody in the US that doesn't know who Peter Mandelson is, it's okay. I only found out the other day through the Epstein stuff. He's international something or other. So basically, he
was
does
big
stuff
in he was big in the Blair government as well.
Yeah, he's an international negotiator or something, isn't he? Whatever he does for us, and also
he's been like
allegedly.
he's been like major league politics in Britain for like our lifetime, Ollie.
Right, okay. I'm not into politics, but anyway, Ken asked Keir Starmer about 3 times if he knew, and he fumbled through it, making little excuses, and then she says, "I'll ask you again," and yeah, he knew when he started to work with Keir Starmer that he'd done time on Epstein Island when Jeffrey Epstein had already been in prison.
Yeah.
Wow. You are. If he's not done, he's. I mean, I don't know what, Lee.
I don't know. You would feel something like that if that's gone. But again, I speak to my mate, messaged me just before, saying like it looks like Starmer's done, and I replied saying, yeah, well, you're that's the trick of a good dictator. They really come into their own when they're supposed to still move aside. So we'll see.
Yeah. So yeah, there is that, and also so Bill Gates has made a TV appearance. Are you ready for this, Lee?
Yeah.
Billy boy, you naughty boy.
Did you say TV appearance or a VD appearance?
Both. So we got Bill first, and then followed by his ex-wife. So we'll start with Bill.
Yeah, I met Jeffrey in 2011. The focus was always he knew a lot of very rich people, and he was saying he could get them to give money to global health. You know, in retrospect, that was a dead end, and I was foolish to spend time with him. I was one of many people who regret ever knowing him. No, apparently Jeffrey wrote an email to himself. That email was never sent. The email is, false. So I don't know what his thinking was there. It just reminds me, every minute I spent with him, I regret and I, apologize that I did that. It's factually true that I was only at dinners. I never went to the island. I never met any women. And so, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
I think we're having a reckoning as a society, right?
So this is his wife, ex-wife.
Who, I'm not going to
No,
lie, I'm not completely convinced isn't a dude. Carry on.
Thanks, Lee.
Girl, no girl should ever be put in the situation that they were put in by Epstein and whatever was going on with all of the various people around him. No girl. I mean, it's beyond heartbreaking, right? I remember being those ages, those girls were. I remember my daughters being those ages, right? So for me, it's personally hard whenever those details come up, right? Because brings back memories of some very, very painful times in my marriage, but I have moved on from that. I purposely pushed it away and I moved on. I'm in a really unexpected, beautiful place in my life. So whatever questions remain there of what I can't even begin to know all of it, those questions are for those people and for even my ex-husband. They need to answer to those things, not me.
Well,
And I am so happy to be
Ollie, just stop this.
away from
It's
all the
finished.
muck.
She's
Kemi
even
has-
more fucking sketchy than Bill.
I mean,
Everything,
look,
like the movements for people listening to the podcast when she was doing stuff, it was like she was like pushing it away, like pushing it all to one side, going those things over there, like not just like waving a hand, but like she was physically pushing an object away from her. Like, oh no, these aren't me. It's not me. And these are questions for other people like Bill to answer. And then she looks at the camera, goes square, like, not me. And you go, oh, I'm not so sure about that, Melinda.
well, mate, it's there's more files to come. Apparently, they just keep on coming. Do you know?
Files are coming, but the files aren't going to prison.
Do you think the files won't go to prison?
I don't know.
You don't think they're going to make an example of one of them on purpose?
I don't
You don't think they're going to take one or two of them out?
Oh, that's right.
They've got to.
Do they?
I think so. Yeah, I think you are going to see,
Right.
and it's not going to be anybody you expect, but you will see somebody go to prison for this.
Right. So this is why I'm confused. Yeah. So if this network is so fucking deep with its tentacles all over the place, and it's all wiggled into our high society, mid society, low society, it's just fucking omnipresent in the fabric of our fucking reality. What? First, why do they care? Right? Where's the people turn and say, "Oh, they're gonna lock us down. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do that. They've got advanced technology." And you go, "Well, you're kind of making it sound like they could do whatever they wanted either way." You kind of making it sound like they could just turn around and say, "Listen, fuckos, we're gonna release a virus. You're all dead. It's fine. We're fucking underground. Like, we'll see yous on the fucking flip side," and just get rid of all the fucking riffraff, and then come back.
They
up
need
and
the
start
riffraff
anew.
though, mate.
Yeah, they only need certain amounts of the riffraff. This is what I'm trying. What I'm trying to work out.
The world doesn't work without people like us, you know.
Yeah. Oh, it's really, really, really giving back. But on the flip side to that, do you think anything that's come out, as outrageous as it is, and I'm not going to go on a big like
You're not going to do a Lee.
email dig here, like for big long ones, but just like a snapshot of some of the wild stuff in. Like, this was an email that Jeffrey Epstein sent to somebody called Oliver. I don't know.
No, he didn't. I'm not on the list, mate.
Listen, Oliver, just telling you what it says. This was. Where are we? God, my camera's in the way of this. I'm moving out of the way. This was in response to talking about girls, like young girls, and one of the replies from Jeffrey Epstein was, "No, some are like shrimps. You throw away the head and keep the body."
What the fuck?
It's a weird thing to say, isn't it? Then
Everyone knows you eat the head of a shrimp.
See, right, there's a really cool thing out there called this is another one to Jeffrey Epstein from someone that's completely redacted. I want to know why this name is redacted. It was only a small email. So he sent an email to Jeffrey Epstein, bearing in mind notorious fucking pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. And this email simply reads, "Thank you for a fun night. Your littlest girl was a little naughty. Sent from iPhone." That deserves some real looking into. That deserves that.
I want to know who sent that.
I'd like to know who sent that message. What a strange message.
How many fucking girls did he have access to? How many?
Mate, I think...
And boys.
I think it's thousands.
So...
No, but just quickly, Ollie. So if... This is the problem. This is where I think it's sanitized in some way, unless you're conspiracy theorists like us.
I mean, speak for yourself.
So everyone talks about like the trafficking and stuff going on. No one talks about the bodies. No one talks about the victims. Right? There's been a handful of the older victims that were like teenagers when they were there. But like we fucking know young'uns were involved. Like young'uns.
It's literally a fucking handful that have come out.
Yeah. And if the abuse was so fucking prevalent throughout so many people, that's a lot. Like,
well,
where are they?
Lee.
Where are the victims? And if the case of it's not the case of where are the victims now, it's where are the bodies?
Right. So you exactly you're onto something there, because if we all remember Jimmy Savile, Now Then, what happened when he died? When it all came out, how many people came out? I was touched by Jimmy.
I'm sure there was a load of people came forward to say they've been Epsteinified. I'm sure there was. I'm sure the same thing happened, but it's not. You're on an island.
Verified people.
I'd
fucking verify it.
I want that. Oh my god! I want the guy that did the scans of the fucking pyramids to do over to Epstein Island.
Yep.
That's what I want.
That was my idea. Don't take it.
Was it
my technology? Yep.
No, I don't remember that, Ollie.
It was definitely my idea. I will fucking rewind the show right now.
No.
You're not taking that.
No, I don't think that's the case, Ollie. I think I just
that was my moment.
Pretty sure I just came up with something.
You did this with the UFO thing. You did this with the UFO shapes, and then you took it. So anyway, speaking of people who me
take things,
right? So
sorry.
Do you remember I've said on a few shows now about the film The Island and the cloning?
Oh yeah, when I was saying that it was very similar to
you. Fuck right off. Leave. Right, our good mate Asmongold here. I'm going to get him to read it out. I'd like to refer to Asmongold. This is fucking insane, Lee. This is absolutely mental. So you know how where are all the girls? What if he was fucking making them? Let me play this.
And I'm back. I met Simon. Let's schedule a call. I can discuss any questions you might have. Attached is a document you requested. It's the, quote, use of funds spreadsheet and the designer baby and human cloning company. Oh, my God. Well,
Look, mate, do you know in 1998, when did we clone Dolly the sheep? We cloned Dolly the sheep.
No, I think I did that.
When did I perfect?
Wasn't it the 80s, Dolly? I want to say the 80s. I want to say like
No,
89.
1996.
1996. I was 16.
Yeah, so Dolly was cloned in 1996, lived till the ripe old age of something at 2000 and died in 2003. I think Bill Clinton, our mate, Clinton, bans cloning. Yes, I was good. I was right. 1997. So Dolly the sheep was cloned. Did I say 96?
Yes.
In 97, President Bill Clinton responded to the scientific breakthrough of the cloned Dolly the sheep by banning a federal banning of human cloning research. Right. You don't ban something you can't do. And this was the 90s.
Mate, that is a man who was do I say allegedly, if I'm just coming up with an idea, probably involved in organising the cloning, if cloning was going on at Epstein Island. And I'll tell you for why. Because have you noticed that a lot of these people that are on these lists are involved in charities with children and stuff like that? So, okay, I'm going to ban what I'm doing. That way I don't look responsible for anything if it ever comes out.
So,
because I banned it.
I'm going to expand on something, actually. I wish, like, sometimes doing podcasts that, like, you'll finish recording, and especially if you happen to get on well with the person like that you record with, and
that would be nice, wouldn't it, to get on with the person that you do a podcast with.
But well, in this case, I did. I do. Like I love the person dearly. They're a great friend of mine.
Thank you.
Danny was on the show only yesterday, and so after we finished recording, like we ended up having another chat about the Epstein thing. We didn't really touch on it during the show, and I wish we'd carried on the show and like wrapped it in, because I was explaining to her, like what I was saying to you, you know, when I was when we decided that you'd get bummed for like $100,000, yeah.
I didn't say that. You put those words up my bum.
It's not how I remember the conversation going. So I was explaining that whole thing to her about how I think that people's price is a lot lower than they want to give themselves credit for. Mm-hmm. And then we got into the conversation, like continuing from what me and you had spoke about the day before, about the reward. Like what's the reward for these people being involved in what they're in? How I don't necessarily think it's just like carnal fucking desires. And we kind of both came to the same conclusion, and it feels ridiculous to say this, but having sifted through the emails with like as much as I can, do you know what I mean? Like we've all got jobs and stuff like that, and I've it's a case of like looking at what you can and then looking at what other people are looking at. I feel, Ollie, the scenario we're in, the gold juice scenario, is that there is a sect of society that has a religious underpinning to it. So it might not be like the be all and end all and the complete thing in the same way as there is, you know, you get like like Christian groups of people, but those Christians might like football, and those Christians over there, they really like going to, like, they're involved in a motorsport team. Do you know what I mean? There's a religion that overhangs these people, but I don't know if it's just like that's the single thing. What the reason I think people want to get into this is what we were saying the other day about this. The girl from Orange is the New Black saying, the gold juice, you can, they'll give you what you want and you'll live forever.
Yeah.
And we go, well, that's silly, because they're obviously not living forever. We can see they're not living forever. And there's the conspiracy theories, I think, sometimes go a little bit far when people are like, oh, this celebrity's been swapped out for a clone 6 times or this, that. I don't think they need to do that. I think, and this is wild for me, because I've thought the idea of cloning for celebrities and leaders and elites is retarded. I've thought that was stupid for the longest time. And I'm not like 100% in on this. I'm 75. That you get into the cabal, whatever be it the adrenochrome side of things or something else. So like it could be the there's another Epstein email where someone's saying they don't feel too well, and the reply to it is, oh well, you go and get a bag of blood and do a transfusion with it, and it reverses aging. Was in the emails.
Yeah, I heard something about Mormon blood as well.
I don't know, but I mean
that's in there. Mormon blood was in there, and I can see that because it's not being tainted by chemicals and stuff like that.
I can see it. It makes sense. So what I think happens is, let's take, and I'm not accusing Brad Pitt of anything, but I'm going to take Brad Pitt because at his fucking peak, he was like the fucking like prototypical alpha man, wasn't he, at one point?
I mean, he was the best vampire out there in Interview with the Vampire.
Brad Pitt? Was Brad Pitt in Interview with the Vampire?
He was in Interview with the Vampire. He gets bitten by Lestat.
Oh, of course he was, yeah.
Great film.
So, let's say, theoretically, this Brad Pitt-esque person did get brought into the cabal, and he did drink the gold juice. I think
best mates with George Clooney, sorry. But just put that
I think what you'd find is that they do live forever, and they get swapped out for the clones. But it's not like they're not getting swapped out because their fucking monarch mind control is going weird. It's just they hit a certain, like we about 4 years ago, all these celebrities seem to get really old really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like almost overnight. Like you got weird pictures of Madonna, weird pictures of Ellen DeGeneres.
A lot of it happened during COVID, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Brad Pitt's another one. Brad Pitt, like, although still looking a bit of a dish, he aged dramatically over a short space of time. I think they swapped them out once.
What did they do with the original?
The original goes somewhere else.
To the island.
Then what you do is the original goes somewhere. They wait there for 2 generations because we need to die, essentially. Yeah?
Yep.
And then, so when our children are like our age, these people can resurface again, and all of a sudden, like, Tommy Spit is this, like, go, oh my God, he's like the second coming of Brad Pitt. He looks just like him. And then people have these old photographs of this 2-generation-old actor, just like they had with Jennifer Aniston.
I've seen this, yeah.
Jennifer Aniston, Jennifer Lawrence, and the woman that played Cleopatra, and they're the same fucking person.
I've seen this. I've seen these old pictures, and like somebody go, isn't that fucking Tom Cruise?
Where's the...
I think Tom Cruise could be one of the good ones. Tom Cruise actually is aging. He's just a good-looking man.
Or has he been swapped out?
No, he's actually aging, I think.
No, it has...
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. They took the good Tom.
They take the real Tom out. They put the clone in, and then the clone dies.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Eventually.
Fuck my dick. That is insane.
There we go. Right. It's her fucking grandmother.
You don't have to show me this. You
I'm
can't keep
going
this to yourself.
yeah.
I'm like salivating.
So this is Jennifer Lawrence and Jennifer Lawrence's grandmother. And again, shits and giggles, people. Could be wrong here. See?
Oh my days.
It's the same fucking person. It's the same person.
I mean, she's got a rounder jaw. But
Does she?
I suppose if you took her out of black and white,
she's got a thinner face. She's like now, because don't forget, like, let's say you could live forever. It doesn't mean you're not going to gain weight, put on weight. You know, do you know what I mean?
Mate, make that picture bigger for just a second. I'm not being funny. I think I can see that in the shadow. You see that mole underneath her neck, directly underneath? I think you can see that mole.
Here.
Across a bit.
I can't.
You're blind. I can see that mole.
I know. You could be right. I've got no glasses on here. So that's my fucking theory. Is the certain people come in, they get told
she's got like attractive woman, but she has quite long ears as well. Your ears never stop growing, mate. They don't stop growing.
I mean, her I've took it down now for both of us to look at, but to me that her ears look the same. But
she's got fine ears, but they're quite biggish ears, I think. Jennifer, if you're not a clone,
I think you might have derailed this slightly, Ollie.
I'm sorry.
I think for shits and giggles, if you're going to make anyone fucking live forever, do it to Jennifer Lawrence, because she might be the most attractive person on the planet. But yeah,
do you remember?
I entertain that idea now. I used to think it was fucking nonsense, and I entertain it.
I know you're not a Queen fan, but there was a famous song they did from Highlander, "Who Wants to Live Forever," and a film where you essentially live forever. The only way to kill you was to chop your head off. And there's been a few conspiracies about Freddie Mercury being still alive and didn't die of AIDS. So can you imagine if some of these people, like the Michael Jacksons of this world, did he Elvis? What happened to Elvis? Yeah, he had a shit and he had a heart attack. He was having a shit.
We need to know what happened to Michael Jackson, because he turned white, Ollie. That is being fucking like forgotten easily.
What if the clone was just like, what have you done to my clone? It's going white. We don't know, but we can burn you. Don't worry, we'll burn you, and we'll say that it was an accident. You'll say you got a skin condition.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. I mean, like, I've got this video here, which I'll bring up if you want. I mean, we've watched it before. We might as well have it on while we're talking about this. I'm absolutely of the opinion that Michael Jackson. Fuck no, not Michael Jackson. Who just quickly, just so everyone's like on the same page.
Jeffrey Epstein, you mean?
Yeah, but just so everyone's on the same page as Michael Jackson, was a paedophile. And I think all this stuff. Oh no, he was. They were just trying to get to him. Isn't it weird, right? Isn't it weird how of all of the celebrities that everybody thinks is up to bad stuff and up to naughty stuff, the one which was kind of caught doing naughty stuff, and people came out and said, "Oh, he's been doing really naughty stuff," that had a fucking zoo and a fairground in his garden, had secret fucking rooms in his house that he used to have sleepovers with children. Yeah,
and he told us.
And do you know what happens when all those things add together? People online go, yeah, not him.
Yeah, he told
Are
us
you
as
fucking-
well. He
are you
said, I'm
fucking
bad,
for
I'm bad,
real?
you know it.
Yeah, fucking. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways.
And he's a smooth criminal.
Yes. Right. Anyway, it annoys me when people give Michael Jackson a pass for no apparent reason. This is Jeffrey Epstein on after his death on his island when the FBI, I believe, were cleaning it up. I am convinced
100%
that this man, 100% that this man in white shorts, white hair, is Jeffrey Epstein. I wish this guy. Do you know what annoys me with the drone guy? What really annoys me with the drone guy that got that video in the picture? I'd have sacrificed the drone.
Around. I would have sacrificed that for that fucking drone. I would have flown that in that motherfucker's face.
In his face, yeah.
It did look like my dad, though, so it could have been my dad. What the fuck's my dad doing on Epstein Island? Just a second, Lee. I need to make a phone call.
Oh, bring him on. Bring him on as a guest.
Is it pizza break?
I mean, I think it's all related. I really do.
I do.
Right. So there's a really good resource for people if they want to go and find it for themselves. It's called Jmail. Somebody, and I find it weird how so. If anyone listen that's out there listen to us, that's like a programmer or something like that's involved in like uber techie stuff. Explain to me how easy this is, because I'll bring it up to show Ollie actually, because I don't think Ollie's seen this before.
Is this the thing you said that's going to blow my mind that you said you were going to save for me?
No, I've got something ready to blow your mind. Don't you worry. So this, Ollie, is Jmail. Share screen. So someone has took all of the drops of Jeffrey Epstein, yeah?
Yep.
And they've put it into this thing that looks like Gmail. So it's got a little picture of Jeffrey Epstein up there in the profile picture.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can go to J Photos, which will brings up all of the released photographs.
Oh, so it's a working. Oh my god, this is
from
amazing.
the Epstein. Yeah, it is amazing. From the Epstein Files, all of the photos. Obviously, the black ones are the ones that are redacted. Winnie the Pooh was on Epstein Island. Like, watch who you fucking. Hey, look, we were just talking about Michael Jackson. So, this resource is just a JVR. What's JVR?
JVR.
I wonder if they're 360 videos, like VR videos. Gonna have to have a look at that on my fucking VR headset.
Epstein Island in VR. Someone's going to do that.
So yeah, so then J Drive has got something else. Obviously, J Flights shows you the flights on and off the island, like going to and from the island where he'd flown to. How there've been 3,302 passengers to and from the island. This is great. Like but this is what I was going to ask is, these files haven't been out too long. I would like somebody that understands like what this would entail to tell me whether it's really feasible that somebody just knocks this up so quickly. Because it's so fucking cool. I don't understand. Do you know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. There's clever people out there, Lee.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the internet hive mind, as we know, has been undefeated for a long time.
If you made this, contact us. We'll have you on.
So this is Jamazon.
Jamazon.
Which is all Jeffrey Epstein's orders, and it's pretty fucking grim. Like, apart from like a copy of the annotated Lolita book, there's kids' toys. You know,
was Lolita is that something about an older bloke falling in love with a teenage girl?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, I think there's a film of that.
Maybe. I genuinely don't.
There
know.
is a film of that.
Look, Fruit of the Loom box shorts. This man still needs to keep his nuts clean. But so anyway,
Jeffrey Epstein's buying Fruit of the Loom boxer shorts.
I know it seems a bit cheap, doesn't it? Seems a little.
Were
bit
they for
cheap.
him, or were they for something that would get damaged very quickly?
Who knows?
Do you know what I mean?
But anyway, there's a reason I'm here. So I'll close that down. I just wanted to show this whole thing. It's at jmail.world is what the site's at. You can go and find it there. Now, what I have here is which I'll bring up now. This is from like Wayfair, if you remember. And this was part of the Epstein drop. Because this is another thing. Like I was in with the Wayfair thing in the first place. I'm still in with the Wayfair thing now. So he's just. So it's obviously it's got the fucking things fucking redacted, because why wouldn't just a fucking why would a shopping item be redacted?
Mm-hmm.
But you've got like these weird like payments. This is like $8,453 for quantity of one for this one thing. This thing he's bought from Wayfair. Somebody else has found other stuff that he's bought, which was like a piece of furniture for a similar price, that type of thing. I think this is a huge piece of the puzzle, because I think this is how the commerce side of it is being done. I don't think this is not like a dark web thing. This is like you go on Amazon or Wayfair or any of these other things, like be it Balenciaga or something like that, and there will be something on there which is astronomical in price for what it is.
Like there's a buyer on there that you can buy from,
and
what
you
you're
go
actually buying is
a person. I'm convinced this is what's going on. So because when the Wayfair thing broke, they tried to blame it on placeholders, but the thing was, so you would have, like, for instance, a chest of drawers that was on there, or pillows are the best one, because there'd be like a pillow, but it would just have like Annabelle 12 and a pillow. And then people were working out that if they then went and searched missing persons, they could find a 12-year-old, which was named Annabelle, which had gone missing round about the same time as the listing had gone up on Wayfair.
Fuck.
Wild. And it was like $12,000 or something like that. Wayfair tried to say, oh yeah, but they're just placeholders. We don't have those items, so we just put placeholder prices next to them, which, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, that on its own is just a thing. But then when you find like 15 of them, 20 of them, which all line up with people that have gone missing,
it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It does make sense, but
it does make sense. It does, yeah. But in a vacuum, it doesn't make sense. But it's one of those ones where you go, oh, all right, it's just another coincidence, is it? Just coincidence on top of coincidence on top of coincidence. Just like when you look at nappies from The Lion King. I think the Lion King nappies. Yeah, they are. And you see the symbols on that.
Holy shit, yeah. You've got the... I don't know what they mean. I think it's one of those...
The squirrely one, the squirrely one is... I think it's just general... child, is it?
Is it the triangle one something to do with a boy?
Boy, yeah.
Boy lover or something, I don't know.
Yeah. And it's just
hidden, not even
I'd
hidden.
say
It's
that's also that looks like pizza as well.
It also looks like the Adidas fucking logo.
There.
No, the pizza one. The pizza one looks like the Adidas logo.
Oh,
But yeah, it does look like a pizza.
Yeah. It's just it's too many coincidences. This was found. This was on Jay's Jay's TikTok that I saw the other day. It was a good find of his as well. Jay, Project Unity.
Jay Anderson.
Yeah, you might from Joe Rogan fame now. So this on the right here. This was Isaac Cappy who we were talking about. Yeah. So, but this was Isaac Cappy's Dead Man Switch. This video was released from him when he died. Yeah. Now, this room has been tracked back. The only thing I'd say has changed is they've changed the design on this table. This has been traced back to I can't say that word. It's Rixos. Rixos Anja Spa. ID'd exact same location as Isaac Cappy's Dead Man Switch. And I'm going to play this for you here. I don't know if this...
That's the same room, is it?
Yeah. I don't even think they have changed it now, looking at that. Looking at the design. Maybe the design
similar, doesn't it?
Yeah. If it's not, the sinks are in the same place. The only difference with this here and the video from Isaac Cappy's video is this is professionally lit, whereas that was, you know how everything always goes a bit yellow when you use a phone like in low light.
Yeah, I do.
Fucking wild, isn't it? Fucking wild. So you turn around and say this spa and hotel complex, some fucking explaining to do. Because at a certain day in history, your spa room was being serviced with right. Even take the word used out of it. Yeah, just take all that out and say on a day in history, a provable day.
Yeah,
just your spa was being serviced like by children. So even if there's nothing like dark and sinister going on, it's child labor at best. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's...
don't get me wrong, I don't believe that's just what it was. I'm coming from a place of like, rather than smashing the door down and going, right, it's fucking pizza time.
No parent in the right mind lets the fucking children fucking dress like that and get fucking filmed.
No.
You just don't.
Fucking insane, isn't it? Insane.
Mate, I was speaking to somebody today.
But wait, there's more.
Okay.
So
feed me this terrible fucking shite.
This is what I think is going to blow your fucking mind, Ollie. And again, for our audio listeners, please go over to YouTube and check this out, because I've never seen this before. And maybe
is this going to take us out on YouTube? Does it need explaining rather than showing?
Not many people watch it on YouTube anyway. Let's go for it.
That's it. You take us out, boy.
This is a video from the Chicago World's Fair. I think it's the Chicago World's Fair. If this comes up with a different, if this comes up with a different name, I apologize. But I think it's Chicago's World's Fair. Now, I've looked into the World's Fair stuff quite a lot because of the Tartaria stuff. Yeah, I'm going to turn.
I've fucking seen this, Lee. I saw this the other day.
I have not seen it until today.
Is this where they open the little door
and they put a child inside of it?
Oh, I saw this and I thought, is it fucking AI?
No, it's not AI. So it is. I've checked it up from Chicago World's Fair. I have vetted this video with AI to make sure it's not AI, and I've looked into it.
It's not from a film, no?
No, it's not. It's from Chicago World's Fair. This was a ceremony that took place at the World's Fair. And it was supposedly like, oh, look at the crazy stuff we did in history. But that you got there is a fucking effigy of Baal.
Like big statue.
Now we're going to open the belly Baal up. Then you can see because it's grainy when they open it up. You can see that for the uninitiated into the ceremony here, what they used to do with the statue of Baal is they would light a fire inside the either inside or around the statue. It depended what type of statue you had. You would place a child into the belly of the beast, which now I've said it like that, makes me wonder if that's where we get the saying from, into the belly of the beast.
Oh yeah.
And you would close the door, and the idea was that you would then like bang drums around it because the drums would drown out the screams of the child, so the parent didn't have to listen to it, which is fucked.
Because it essentially is that thing a big fucking oven.
It's a big metal statue. It's just a big oven. Yeah, wouldn't
they used to do? I know they used to do that. Like they admitted to this in the olden days with the. Do you remember? Have you ever heard of the? I think it was called the something bull, and it was a
yes.
It was a bull, and they
that's Baal. Even the bull is Baal. It's all Baal symbology. Baal can be a bull. It can be a fucking owl. There is varying different effigies of the same being, same creature.
Mate, this world is so fucked up.
So I'm gonna. So there's like another 14 seconds of this left. See, I don't believe that's a fucking effigy. Given how fucking shit all this stuff is,
I
just
hope
think
it's from a fucking movie.
It's not from a movie. It is from the
World Fairs.
It is from the World Fair. Yeah, that much I've vetted. That it's not doctored. It's staged, supposedly staged, but it's from the World's Fair.
Well,
but that means this stuff has been going on for so long, Ollie.
Everything, all the fucking leaked emails, everything. They were right about everything, Lee. And I mean, it's a good segue here to get into Pizzagate, and bring. Do you remember the guy Ben Swan, who
I do, yeah,
spoke about. In fact, you showed me this guy when you and Dave were saying, "Oh, you've got to watch the Pizzagate documentary." I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch it. And you kind of bullied me into it, and I ended up watching it. And my wife watched it with me, and yeah, we split up straight away after that. No, you've turned my wife into a conspiracy theorist. You know, it's not even a conspiracy theorist now. It's just. You can't call it that anymore.
I mean, it's a conspiracy. There are people out there conspiring to do crazy shit.
Yeah. So I'll play a little tiny clip of this, then I'll bring the up-to-date clip on. So this is Ben Swan 10 years ago talking about Pizzagate.
I spent the last month investigating. So what exactly is Pizzagate? And are there any actual facts to support the story? I've got to warn you, what we're going to talk about tonight will be disturbing to some people. But this is a reality check you won't see anywhere else. Pizzagate actually comes from the WikiLeaks release of hacked emails from Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta.
Just stop that for a second.
In all, WikiLeaks dumped.
Right, you see, I'm a big believer that stuff comes out and they rename it things and put like something that will completely whitewash over something. Yeah? Right. Who else has got a show called Reality Check now?
Oh, fucking Loose Lips. Ross Coulthard, yeah.
Oh, I think. Oh, the other thing I should say as well that's been noticed in this emails. I think we can almost safely say that the disclosure movement is a cabal psyop as well.
Next week's show, guys.
1,000 email messages, and it was from those emails that the claims that John Podesta may be part of a child sex trafficking ring come from. Now, to be clear, not one single email in the Podesta emails discusses child sex trafficking or pedophilia.
So I'll just play that little bit there, and now I'm going to bring the up-to-date clip, because he lost his fucking kind of career over this.
Yeah, he lost his job after doing the whole Pizzagate thing.
After doing great reporting, he lost his job. Turns out now, somebody told Ben has got the last laugh. So here we go. This he put out. I think he put this out.
Fucking hell! He not only got himself a fucking sick ass stage. Guy's looking juicy as well.
Yeah.
Well
Rogan,
done, you.
We know you listen to the show. Get this guy on.
Epstein is Pizzagate. Let that sink in for a minute. Jeffrey Epstein is Pizzagate. 10 years ago, Pizzagate was by far the #1 trending topic on Twitter. But the claim of pedophile elites who preyed on children was so insane that Pizzagate was shrugged off.
He became a man, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Like the fucking, yeah. Well done, you sir. Well done. Yeah. TRT works.
I wonder what his secret is.
As a
Adrenochrome.
wild fever dream of a conspiracy theory. I was the first mainstream reporter to dare give the facts surrounding Pizzagate. My corporate career was destroyed over it, so what? My professional reputation was obliterated, that wasn't fun. And I wasn't the only one. Anyone who dared to suggest that this might be true was blacklisted, shadow banned, or thrown off of social media. But then, just days ago, the largest dump of Epstein Files revealed what some of us have been telling you for a decade, that Pizzagate is real. Not that there is a pizza parlor at the center of a child trafficking ring, but that child trafficking rings run by some of the most powerful people in the world do exist. Tonight, I want to remind you of what I told you then and compare that to what we have now learned.
Pizzagate. It became a major story weeks ago when an armed man decided to investigate a D.C. area pizza place for himself. This man right here, he carried a rifle into a pizza parlor and then fired it at the floor. Media is telling you the entire story is a hoax or fake news.
Just quickly, he's recapping there, people, for our listeners. That's not him speaking. That is past, less manly version of Ben.
News. But what does that even mean? I spent the last month investigating. So what exactly is Pizzagate?
Well, the story that came to be known as Pizzagate did not begin with a rumor, nor was it created by Macedonian sheep farmers, as CNN actually once claimed. It began with WikiLeaks, authentic, verified emails taken from the phone of the chairman of Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign, John Podesta. Those emails were real. In all these years, by the way, no one has actually disputed that. Inside those emails were communications that struck a lot of people, not just online commentators, but researchers and former law enforcement, as unusual to say the least. References to pizza and to pizza handkerchiefs and to maps, to private gatherings involving powerful people, some very bizarre stuff. In fact, the first people to draw attention to those emails were a group of self-proclaimed pedophiles on 4chan and 8chan who claimed that Podesta was using the same terminology that they use to speak in coded language. And in researching those emails, I found a 2010 entry into Urban Dictionary. It's still there, by the way. It confirms that cheese pizza is a commonly coded term for child pornography, CP.
I want you to see these images here. These are the images. Notice this one on the end, the triangle. That image signifies something called boy love. The pizza place next door to Comet Ping Pong Pizza, Besta Pizza, well, this was their logo until only a few weeks ago. Clearly, you can see that the Besta logo actually contains the same image, I'm going to show you again, as that boy lover image. Interestingly, after Pizzagate investigators pointed this out, Besta Pizza changed their logo, and there it is now. They removed the triangle.
Yeah, 10 years ago, I was called a dangerous conspiracy theorist and a madman for claiming that pedophiles and possibly even pedophile elites might use coded language, even though it was online pedophiles who said that's exactly what they do. Which brings us back to this new Epstein release, because in it, the word pizza is mentioned 911 times. That's right, 911 times adults are emailing back and forth about slices of pizza and about pizza parties. And
are they? Fucking 911 times. Come on, 911 people. What the fuck? You can't make this shit up.
Maybe you
word
can.
pizza.
You know what, mate?
Maybe you can.
Maybe you can, yeah. Good point.
Is often paired with grape soda in bizarre contexts within emails addressed to Epstein by individuals whose names have been mostly redacted. So here's one. Quote, "This is better than a Chinese cookie. Let's go for pizza and grape soda again. No one else can understand." Or this one. "Mr. Epstein would like to see the menu from the pizza place. Could someone send it, please?" Or this one from 2014. "Sit down, because I know you won't believe this. Are you sitting? Jeffrey says he wants to go out to a pizza place with you. He did not mention a particular pizza place, but he knows you are in the know on this," with a little winking emoji. All of the emails that I just shared with you were from 2014, right about the same time period of the John Podesta emails that WikiLeaks published and started the entire Pizzagate saga.
Now let's talk about the Podesta brothers, because remember, it was John Podesta's email that was hacked. In those leaked Podesta emails, John Podesta talks about his close relationship with Dennis Hastert, the former Speaker of the House, who was recently sentenced to 15 months in prison for abusing boys years ago.
Yeah, well, speaking of the Podesta brothers, again, there was no direct evidence of them being involved in child sex trafficking from those emails. But as we pointed out at the time, there was a lot of bizarre communication, including an email from John Podesta to his brother Tony. The subject line, "Last night was fun," and the first line reads, "Still in torture chamber." That email got really no attention 10 years ago, but today, a 2009 email from Jeffrey Epstein is getting a lot of attention, as it asks, "Where are you? You okay? I love the torture video."
To the fallout from the latest release of the Jeffrey Epstein documents, they include communications between the rich and powerful, from the co-owner of an NFL team to billionaires like Elon Musk.
CNN teams are carefully sifting through the largest, and what the Justice Department says is the last, batch of Jeffrey Epstein files.
Friday's release of millions of pages related to Jeffrey Epstein provided a closer look at his connection to world elites from Hollywood to Washington, Wall Street, to Buckingham Palace and beyond.
Yeah, well, all those so-called news anchors and their newsrooms for a decade blacklisted this topic. They conditioned you to live in ignorance. They called it a conspiracy. They called me and so many others dangerous for even looking.
For all that is here, there has not been one single public investigation of any of this, not from local police, not from the FBI, no one. And that has to be the big question, not for Podesta or for pizza parlor owners, but for law enforcement. Based on what may be or may not be here, the big question is, why hasn't any investigation taken place?
Well, 10 years later, no investigation ever took place. It's a failure of a complicit government and also of a corporate media that didn't just ignore this evil. They helped to cover it up and keep it operating in the shadows. See, by refusing to engage honestly in 2016, by choosing mockery over investigation, by silencing questions instead of asking them, they created the very environment where this evil could thrive. See, they didn't kill bad information as they pretended. They guaranteed it would survive. See, I wasn't censored the way that I was because my reporting was false. I was censored because it was dangerous. Dangerous to narratives, dangerous to reputations, dangerous to a media culture that had grown comfortable acting as a gatekeeper rather than a watchdog. See, the unspoken rule was simple. Some questions are not allowed. Not because they're wrong, no, but because they lead to the truth. And the truth? Pizzagate. At least in the form of a cabal of elites and powerful people who delight in the physical and sexual abuse of children, is real. Remember how we started. Epstein is Pizzagate. But the other reality it's time to accept, Pizzagate is much more and much bigger than just Jeffrey Epstein.
Wow. That's... It's mind-blowing, mate. That's what it is. They all knew. And they just swept... I mean, did they sweep it under the rug? Could it be that some of these... the people that we think are supposed to protect us are in on it? Could it be that they're I don't know, they're working on the case and they're playing the long game? I have no fucking idea, mate. But we haven't seen no arrests other than Epstein and Ghislaine.
Joe, this makes me think. As you look back in history, I mean hundreds of years, there is always stories of aristocracy doing terrible things to people, like terrible things, like the rampant abuse, both of children and grown-ups, by these animals. I don't think it's ever stopped.
You think this has been around since fucking the dawn of history?
And maybe it's the look at the saying, like, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Maybe there is something unshakable within the human psyche that when you gain enough, not when you're not gaining enough power. That's the wrong way of looking at it. What are we? If we if you break us down, like what are people? We are scavengers. We don't feel like scavengers anymore because it's pretty because we're pretty thing. But when you think about what we do, like our stuff, what do we do with our stuff? We got our stuff. We fucking immediately drive back home and stick it in our nest. Do you know what I mean? Like we go buy food. We go every week, every 2 weeks, whenever you might do it. You go get your food. You come back. You scavenge it. You stick it in your nest. So what we are is essentially resource hoarders. Like it's maybe some of us store more resources than others, but I would argue that the amount of resources you store is equal to how much worth you have, wealth you have. Yeah, I think the more wealth you have, the more resources you store. Be it if you're Andrew Tate and you've got properties and fucking cars and stuff, they are resources that you're squirreling away, which are worth money. If you are, let's just say you're a normal person, but you're on a good wage, like it's not great. You maybe your version of storing resources is just keeping more food in the house or keeping nicer food in the house, that type of thing. From the guy down the road, which is on like government benefits, that maybe the only resources he can squirrel away every month, is a few beers and his food like week to week. So it maybe there's something about us that when resources aren't an issue, this is just where we go.
Do you know what I think it could be? And I'm going to go really fucking out there with this, mate.
Well, it's not the show for it, really, is it, Ollie?
What if we're not the apex predator on this plane, and there is
fucking flat Earth Ollie's out today.
No, I just meant
you were going to say planet, and you corrected yourself.
I did
Flat
correct
Earth.
myself. You're right. I don't know. Fucking hell, what's happening to me?
Flat Earth Ollie is sticking it on the table.
So I have a clip. I didn't know if I was going to bring this in tonight, but I've got the clip ready. We have played it on the show before. These people, just like you were saying with the clip you just brought up there, where the child goes into the fucking belly of the beast, they clearly worship something that is not what we're used to worshipping. There seems to be something that they... we haven't played any of the clips from Jeffrey Epstein talking in that interview, but he does mention that he says it jokingly that he is scared of the devil. He says that in a joking manner, but I don't think he was joking. I think I almost feel like there was a respect there for, like, he didn't even laugh it off as a joke. The devil. So I don't know what the devil is, but I think these people have a better idea of whom the devil is to what we think the devil is. And I think when it comes to these elites, these people that have these islands, they may be kind of like the who's the guy from Dracula that works for, that wants to be one of the vampires.
Oh, like his little assistants go, would you like me to turn the power on now, Master?
Yeah. What's his name? Fucking hell.
I've no idea.
Anyway, that little fucker, I think there's a load of them little fuckers. And I'm not saying vampires, but I think it's an apex predator. The thing we should fear. You've mentioned it before on the podcast.
It's quite a comforting thought, though, isn't it?
What, that we have a predator?
Yeah.
No.
Of course it is. Because it's far more comforting to think.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Something supernatural behind this.
Yes.
Than just people.
But it doesn't need to be supernatural.
No, it doesn't. It's just, I've always said this as far as the satanic cult goes. It doesn't have to be real. They just have to believe it's real.
Well, I've got a 3-minute 50 clip to play, which kind of, it's an idea that somebody from the movie industry, Neil Blomkamp, shared on Joe Rogan. I think we've played this on the podcast before, or I've shown you after a show. I can't remember. But I think it sums up what maybe some of these people might...
Is this fiction or is this like a real thing?
This is an idea that he has. What actual fucking... so it's an idea. This blows Joe Rogan's mind. It's an idea of what our apex predators are. And I think this could involve what these people are.
Look, I'm fucking down for it. Lots of the stuff that I think goes on, it gets hinted to as in movies. So,
and I know we've got a clip from Mel, which...
Yeah.
I wanted to play this before the clip from Mel.
Yeah, go on then, hit us with it.
The idea is he applied evolutionary biology to how you could viably justify a vampire. And the result is astonishing.
What is this book called?
It's called Blindsight, that book. But the book isn't about that. It's this one character that I zeroed in on, which now he and I are working on, which is this idea where basically he thinks that if you look at something like lions in the wild, right?
Right.
Lions would they're outnumbered by their prey, like, you know, whether it's 10 to 1 or 100 to 1. There's far fewer lions than there are gazelles, right? So the lions also have a disproportionate amount of sort of intelligence and logic compared to a gazelle, because they're the predator that hunts this predated animal. So he took that philosophy and created a branch off of sort of hominid upper primates that would be 10 times more intelligent than a human, that would keep the human numbers in check. Right. And it's crazy. And it only needs a certain enzyme that humans have in their blood. So it's not like the classic thing of vampires drinking tons of blood. It's just going after one enzyme. So it could actually just drink a little bit of blood and get what it needs that's only created by human beings. And then the rest of its diet could be like a normal diet, right? But the thing that he wrote that is the most incredible part of it is he's got this thing called the crucifix glitch, which is it's so intelligent, and it can hold, like the way that you're conscious or I'm conscious now, it can hold 2 or 3 or 4 versions of consciousnesses like that in its head at any given moment. So it can look at topics from multiple real points of view. And what it does is it basically goes into hibernation like a vampire. It lets the human population build up. And then when it comes out of hibernation, over a few generations, its existence may have been turned into myth or something, and then it hunts the population down again, right? So this is the thing he came up with. Because its brain structure is so different, and because it's such an excellent predator, and it's completely sociopathic, because as you would need to be if you're chewing on something, right? It's just a total, it's basically like a serial killer on steroids that like we've never seen. It's like mixing a serial killer with a particle physicist like Einstein. But he came up with this thing where its visual cortex is different to a human, and it calculates like horizontal and vertical simultaneously to look. It's like a pattern recognition system for hunting. And up until only a few thousand years ago, there were no right angles in nature. Nature was nature. But humans started building, you know, Euclidean geometry buildings, the Greek Parthenons and stuff. And that caused an overlap in its visual cortex that looks like a right angle. And it sent the vampires into grand mal epileptic seizures. So we misinterpreted that as holding up crosses, right?
So it just can't go to cities.
Well, it can't go anywhere that humans move to. And so they died off, right?
Wow.
It's crazy. So
that's a great idea.
Yeah, he's really talented. So the idea is basically that some pharmaceutical company would will them back out of, like Neanderthal DNA.
Yeah.
They're doing gene therapy to basically bring this out of humans again. But it's similar to AI, where once it crosses a certain threshold, it's way smarter than the people that are willing it out through gene therapy. And all of a sudden you have a real problem on your hands, right? Where, I mean, it's sort of like describing it like a bunch of cows went and genetically willed a wolf into being, right? The wolf doesn't want to be caged in by the cows.
Right.
And it's also a fascinating concept that we're a pest species that's grown like a mold around the planet because our natural predator has been absent for a few 100,000 years.
I can't help think that is not a fucking theory. That there could be some. I mean, didn't Jeffrey Epstein have something? There was something to do with. I'm sure I've heard gene therapy. Like he went to a lot of these scientific conventions. He was really interested.
of
people in the fucking know.
Mm-hmm. He collected scientists.
Can you imagine?
Well, I think that was more to do with him. Like we know Epstein wanted to.
I told you I was going to go out there.
Yeah, we know he wanted to seed like the planet with him. He like the wasn't there like some sort of factory like that he had, like a ranch, which he was using as like a breeding ranch. This is the thing that no one talks about. This is why I know it's fucked, right? And this is why I know nothing can be, nothing's going to happen I don't think anything's going to happen about this. And we're not going to... Because why aren't people talking about how many children he had? Why aren't people asking that question? This guy is, like, so sexually
Why hasn't somebody
prolific.
dug the whole place up for bodies?
Well, at least fucking scanned it.
Sorry, go on.
I just don't... There seems to be a reluctancy to lift the rug up. Simple questions. Do you know what I mean? Like, simple questions.
Yep.
Where are the bodies? If there was victims, where are the victims? Let's track the victims down.
I want to see the fucking interviews with Ghislaine Maxwell.
I want to see inside the fucking house.
Yeah, I want to see that.
See if it had a subterranean level. We've heard rumors like that Ghislaine Maxwell was like a qualified submarine pilot, and there's like a underground, like underwater James Bond-esque access to the island. None of this would surprise me now.
Why would you need to be a submarine pilot?
In case you need to fucking...
Why would you need a submarine, though? You're just rich people. What the fuck do you need
sorry. I mean, what I would argue is, if you're really, really people, why wouldn't you have a submarine? It could be one of those.
I wouldn't buy a submarine if I was fucking rich.
Why?
They worry me. I've got a phobia. I went in one once and it was horrible. I actually did go on a submarine. True story. It was a yellow one as well. And it did go underwater. Not really far.
By George or Ringo.
It was, mate, it was fucking terrifying. I'm thinking at any moment this thing could go.
I mean, yeah. Well, Deepwater Horizons or whatever it was called. You're right, Ollie. Any minute could have gone.
I mean, it didn't work out really well for those poor bastards a couple of years ago, did it?
Literally what I just said, Ollie. Only I said the submarine name.
Oh, did you? Oh, I didn't know the submarine name. I've not got it tattooed to my arm or anything like that. Wasn't that into it. I tried to forget it, you know.
I really don't know, but I don't.
Do you know what's really weird with the submarine thing?
What?
And with the kind of theory that I put up there that maybe we do have an apex predator. We've spoke about this on the show many times when it comes to that maybe there is some sort of civilization that does live underwater. Maybe that fucking civilization's not very nice.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, I think I really do think it's deeper than just, and that sounds really bad, me saying, and just people being fucking molested and murdered and what have you. But I think it goes fucking wacky. I think there's the whole cloning. I think we're seeing just a tiny tip of it with that cloning bit that we saw that Asmongold read out. I think we're going to see more stuff like that. Jeffrey Epstein was really interested in fucking scientists. I think we're going to find that. I think that's the cover up. I don't think they're covering up so much that this guy was a prolific paedophile. I think they're covering up that this man was probably involved in something bigger. I mean, we're here. Elon Musk. That name's been brought in. That, you know, he may have allegedly gone to the island or whatever.
Well, he definitely didn't go to the island.
Is what? Sorry.
He definitely didn't. Elon definitely didn't go to the island.
Didn't.
No.
But there was there is no. That's what I'm saying. Allegedly, there is an email that has been read out where they say that he wants. What time is the best party going to be?
So those emails, are reportedly fake.
Right. That's why I said allegedly.
I don't. I'm just going off them being. I like it's being said those are fake. And the real one is the one where he's like, do you think I'm retarded? None of those. There doesn't seem to be a girl there which is over 24.
Right.
So and then there was even I was listening to.
Mate, I hope he's one of the good guys. I really do.
I've no idea. This is I'm not being like a Elon, not jumping to Elon's defense here by any stretch of imagination. I'm just giving the other side of it. I've no idea. But I was listening to Greg and Flex on Strange Sauna this afternoon when I was at work. I think it was Flex that pointed out that when you read some of the Elon emails, it almost feels like, or it feels to him like Musk is trying to bait Epstein to kind of out himself.
Right.
This is him, not me. He referred to it like where Musk was kind of like a Batman style character that, you know.
Yeah. Do you remember we spoke about this when it was so odd when fucking hell Elon Musk has just said that Donald Trump is on the Epstein list. And we said, can you imagine if these two are acting and they are playing a game to try and get...
The only way to make the Democrats in the US campaign for the releasing of the Epstein Files was to make it look like Donald Trump was on them.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And this is the thing. People are saying, well, Trump is in the files. There's allegations against him. Like I said, the allegations that were made against him were people that were supposedly inauthentic, and what at least one needed to go for immediate psychiatric assessment. Now, I said on the show on Monday, or sorry, Tuesday, that if that had happened and it was Joe Biden, all of the Trump fans were going, well, fucking course they're covering for him. Fucking course they are. So we need to remember that. But it does feel to me that Trump, time after time after time, was used, or has used himself, and the never Trumpers hate for him.
Yep. To his own advantage.
To give them enough rope to hang themselves.
Yeah, it does.
And
this is what I can't work out.
Yeah.
That's the bit I can't work out, because it seems too smart for him to play the game he's played.
Because it's not just that. It's the even down to like Dan Bongino and Cash Patel going, no, there's nothing in the files. Ooh, the guy actually killed himself. Oh, go figure. It was too stupid. It was too stupid. And that's the thing. Like, so let's say, right, if Trump doesn't campaign, like, and have like the Epstein Files kind of, I wouldn't say they were front and center of Trump's campaign run, but they were definitely there. If Trump is like a notorious abuser, yeah, I don't believe he runs with that. Why would you? He didn't need that to win an election.
Yeah, that's a fucking absolutely stellar point.
It's if you take all of the Epstein stuff out, if you take all of the Epstein, like the Epstein block, if that's a thing, like who it's it's who turns around and says, yeah, we can win this election, but we need to swing the Epstein vote. I think you could take the Epstein vote out, and he still wins the election. He won in a landslide, and that wasn't even necessarily because of Trump. It was because fucking like Joe Biden was like a walking fucking corpse. Yeah. And it was so, and you couldn't have that again. It had to stop. It's the same as whatever happens in the UK, I think Reform are going to get in. But realistically, are Reform getting in because of Reform, or are Reform coming in because Keir Starmer and Labour have been fucking retarded? So he didn't need. Just to get back, he didn't need to do this. He didn't need to do the files. He could have kept quiet. He could have brushed under the rug. He could have gone back to his advisor. Right,
He
how do we deal
himself
with this?
and just escaped.
Yeah,
to a little island, retired.
We could have. He could have gone back with the Epstein Files thing, gone to his team and said, right, how do we fucking brush this under? He said, I don't want this as part of my campaign. And they'd have come up with this whole fucking cool thing about how they could do something else and then, make America fucking, I don't know, something again. And they would have done it. Like, you can make people forget shit. They could have made people focus on something else than just the Epstein Files, but they wanted us to focus on the Epstein Files. And then when it was time, he wanted everybody to focus on them. So Elon Musk says, he's in them. And then everybody's looking at them. And it's fucking wild, So you've got Epstein talking to Jeffrey Epstein, even if that email was real, about him and his then girlfriend coming to the island. So let's say that's real, because what I will say is people will have gone on and off that island and seen nothing untoward. Not everybody that's gone to that island has been there for to do bad stuff.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
I mean, there were people like workers for one, like the gardeners and stuff like that. But they must have fucking heard fucking hell. Have you heard the noises? Yeah, I've heard the noises. I'm sure I heard screaming.
I don't think there would be anything going on there then. I think the
I don't know how much they're being paid.
I think the times where stuff was going on the island would have been very controlled.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm sure there would have been fucking rumors. There would have been little things found, and a blood smudge, or if smudge is a real word.
I don't know. I think if you're in a look how clean Disneyland is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's not an accident. It's because they're shit hot at what they do.
Apart from make Star Wars films.
Yeah, they're making Star Wars films pretty bad at that. And like just generally just having boys and girls be boys and girls, they're pretty bad at that now too.
It's madness, mate. It's madness. Well, I've got and I thought to take us out.
Yeah.
We could bring Mel on.
Is Mel going to play us out?
Mel Gibson, yeah. Because he said this years ago. I think this was in the 90s, Lee.
I think it was. It's a young Mel Gibson in this, isn't it? Almost.
This is Mel Gibson,
I
think, from The Patriot. If you remember the film The Patriot, he's even got the same haircut. This is like Lethal Weapon, Mel.
Yeah, just before his career got barbecued, really, isn't it?
I think it's there you go, 1998.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his career would have got barbecued. What, 2000 maybe?
He did become. Did he become an alcoholic? Didn't he?
He's like hit this because he's seen some shit here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You might become an alcoholic if you've seen all this shit. Fucking hell.
He is Mel Gibson in this video is YouTube away from being Isaac Cappy. If YouTube was a thing and like social media would be more prevalent and he could have continued to sit in front of a camera and talk more about what he did rather than just sitting down in an interview like this and just spilling the beans for 3 minutes. Like,
well, it's a 20-minute interview, but this is just 3 minutes of it.
No, you know what I mean, though. Yeah?
Yeah.
If it's a different time. I think he is very much in the same shoes Isaac Cappy was when he did his first YouTube video.
Yeah, I think
this
you're right.
interview here. Hit it, Ollie.
You know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Right.
And nobody was really bothering to explain it to me.
They don't.
And and I formed a bunch of opinions about the town and about the people in it that were like, surely that couldn't be, because a whole place can't be like, you know, Weird Town, you know, where the stranger wanders in and all the people are in the bar and they all shut up when he looks at them and they tell you don't go into the house on the hill, and it's like that. And then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like, could it? And then you find out later on the track that you were exactly on track with a lot of this stuff. Not specifically on track, but that you could, that some of your worst nightmares were real at the time, and you think, No, he came to see me on a rooftop in New York. I said, hey, can I talk to you? And he said, sure. And he floated in, sideways, through a crowd of people. He was wearing black. And it was like one of those old vampire movies where they don't walk, but they glide. And he was a dancer, you know, so he has he's very, you know, graceful. And he moved sideways, and he just sat down in a chair next to me. And it kind of frightened me. And he's a very smart guy. And we started talking, and I didn't, you know, say much of anything about reading the script, nothing. I just started talking about the Middle Ages. And he began to talk tortures. And we swapped tortures, because I'd read this book on torture. And I tried to recall some of the most heinous things I'd ever read in this book. And he was like, oh, and he'd try and top it. And and my assistant was there, and he left because he couldn't stand it anymore. The air had turned cold. And then he left, and I wanted to leave. And because I knew that I didn't want to work with him. And he was getting scary. There's a producer I know, successful producer, I will not mention names, but his whole opinion about women on film, from beginning to end, is very brief. He says, women on film, either naked or dead. Both is better. And it's like, whoa, whoa. The man has got a spiritual malady for a start. I mean, the scary thing is that I think a lot of people think that.
Mate, the writing's been on the wall for a long time.
What do you think about the idea that we're living in the time of apocalypse? But not apocalypse as in like what we've been led to believe as being meteors and fucking earthquakes and volcanoes. But the idea of apocalypse as being like the time of revelation, like the time of truth being uncovered.
I think we're in that. I think we're in that.
Feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't think you can put this genie back in the bottle now. I think it's well and truly out, and it's got fucking legs.
We'll see. It's going to be what? Like I've seen people say. So there's 3 million left. That's that we've had 3 million pages of the Epstein Files dropped. Yeah.
Yep.
There's 3 million left. It's weird that they did them in threes, because that means like 33.
There's 33.
I think we get those 3 million at some point this year. Probably towards the end of the year.
Ready for 2027. For all fucking chaos to fucking let loose.
I think we get them. I heard
I think this could cause a financial collapse.
Oh, definitely.
Like we've never seen before.
Well, this is the thing. Like, what do you do? Like the people that are involved, the people that are involved in finance, the people that are involved in entertainment industries, and in the people that are involved in politics and stuff, you can't. Let's put it this way, right? Let's say you're a plumber, and you've hired two other plumbers. You've hired two other plumbers because you got so much work on. But right now, the plumbing business is fucking booming. You couldn't really, you couldn't have your pick of your people. So you just you knew a couple of people and they came to work for you. They're both shocking, Ollie. That when they're not working, they're doing things wrong. But you've got so much work on that you have to keep these guys on, regardless of what they're doing. Because if you get rid of them, you're just going to get snowed under, and your business is going to go under because you can't afford to keep. You can't get the work done that you need to keep going. That's the position we're in. It's okay saying like it's Nuremberg 2.0 or this or that or the other. Well, how do you replace the foundations of your home without destroying your home?
I don't know.
It feels impossible.
Yeah.
So what?
You'd have to restart.
You couldn't though.
I mean,
how? This is.
You'd have to knock the fucker down.
So there's the question. Is it, and I mean people as a whole, yeah? Is it worth it?
Do you mean is it worth it for us to know, or do you mean is it worth it for
if you knew, yeah, that this is so prevalent that to take out all of the people that were involved, and let's just say we could do, for instance, right? So we
could take every one of them motherfuckers out.
We are Q, yeah. Trust the plan. White hats are in charge. We have the military.
Yeah.
With a press of a button, we can send the military out to go and round up thousands of people.
Mm-hmm.
All of BlackRock, all the fucking like the congressmen and men and women that are into this stuff, all the politicians in British Parliament that are up to this stuff, all across the West. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it seems to be a Western problem as well. Let's not be fucking. Let's not be stupid about this. I am seeing less and less Pizzagate related stuff coming out of Russia and China, even though the
I mean, apparently Zelensky was there allegedly.
Yeah, no. Look, that's interfering.
I know it's not Russia, but
no, but it's also interfering in other people's things. But it's Westerners interfering in other countries, so it's still Western bullshit, isn't it? Like, although apparently Putin Epstein was working for Putin, even though he says in his fucking emails, "I work for the Rothschilds." Weird, but so let's say you could rip all this out, all the things, stuff gone, financial collapse, systems collapse, fucking infrastructure, certain infrastructure would collapse. Just because of like people would say, oh, well, the workers are still there. Yeah, okay, but the workers aren't getting paid now because the system, like the system that told them what to do and where to be and what to do, what
you
they
basically
should be
send us back to sticks and stones.
Maybe not sticks and stones, but certainly an uncomfortable position that's going to take a couple of decades to repair. It's like it's what's going on in Britain on steroids. Do you know what I mean? When you consider the idea of illegal if just what's wrong in Britain is illegal immigration, and immigration in general, I should say. It would be like it's what Steve Laws talks about as far as like immediate re-immigration, where he would anyone that isn't British, doesn't have like British ancestry, off you go. It would grind any country to its knees. It's an impossible feat.
I mean, that'd get rid of my wife, so I suppose.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that that's what you're looking at trying to do with the entire West with this. I think there's a majority of people that if you give them 2 doors to go in, one door presses the big red button on the army, the other one says, "Come this way for blissful ignorance."
Yeah, and I think that could be one of the reasons why we've had this in drip bits, and they've had enough time to take out what they need to take out to stop whatever's to stop it imploding. You know, let's just give them this. We it's like the disclosure that when people say that we want the UFO disclosure and say you can't handle that. Well, forget the UFO disclosure. If you're talking about the whole Epstein thing, like I say, probably goes a lot fucking deeper, and that might set us, like you say, decades to repair. So there might be these people going, we can't fucking do this.
But do you know what you put devil's advocate though to it? The fact that it's when did Epstein die? Was it 2017?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. And
16 or 17, yeah.
Almost a decade later, it's still crumbling on. It's still moving forward. It's still bit by bit we're finding more and more stuff out, more and more stuff.
Yeah.
Brings me back to 2020 when I'm sat on my iPad watching documentaries, watching the fall of the cabal and stuff like that, and reading the Q posts on 4chan.
Yeah.
Nothing can stop what's coming. That tagline was used all over the Q stuff. Nothing can stop what's coming. It just puts me there, and I go.
I also remember the tagline. What we need is a great reset.
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe
those two come hand in hand.
Maybe this is all a plan to upend everything.
Yeah, Tartarian, mate.
I do believe, though. I believe we're going to get the rest of the files.
Yeah, I think you're right. And
then what you'll do is we will then get some of the redacted parts of those files again. This is still going to rumble on. It's going to rumble on all year, but it's weird, terrifying.
Fucking
anyway,
terrifying.
If you've enjoyed this podcast, we'll be back next week with more podcasts. Remember, we go every single day of the week, 3 days a week. And
because humans take days off.
Because humans take days off. We hope you enjoyed the podcasts. Do all the stuff we said at the beginning of the episode. If you see anything cool, tag us in it online. It's always good to see the stuff that you guys are finding. It helps us put the episodes together. Other than that, Oliver.
Yes, my lad.
Take us out.
I'm not really a plumber, people. So consider becoming a patron. We're skinned.
It's like really bad over here. Like we're considering moving in together so we can share beans
and warmth
and fluids.
I'm not sharing a shower with you.
Goodbye, people.
Bye-bye.